It was supposed to be a normal afternoon. Nothing special, nothing risky. Just a quiet Saturday with sunlight coming through the curtains and laughter echoing softly in my living room. I was 25, still living at home. Rent in the city was too high, and my small job barely covered gas. But that day, I wanted to feel human. I wanted to feel free, like I could laugh in my own house without being afraid. For once, I wanted to feel normal. So, I invited 3 of my friends, Anna, Miles, and Jasmine. They'd been asking for months to come over, but I always found excuses. The house is messy. My parents don't like visitors. Maybe next week. But that day, I ran out of excuses. I cleaned the whole place, baked brownies, and even lit a candle in the kitchen, like we used to do back in college. When the doorbell rang, my heart skipped. I hadn't had friends inside that house in years. Just be normal, I whispered to myself. Anna walked in first, smiling. Wow, this place is cozy, she said. Jasmine placed a tray of cupcakes on the table, and Miles teased me about my playlist. For the first time in forever, I laughed, a real laugh, one that didn't sound forced or quiet. I felt almost alive. Then I heard her voice. What's all this noise? My mom's tone wasn't loud. It was sharp, like glass scraping marble. I froze. She appeared in the doorway, her eyes scanning my friends like they were stray dogs. You invited people here, she asked. I swallowed. Yeah, Mom. They're my friends. We're just hanging out. You didn't ask me, she interrupted. You don't decide who comes into my house. Mom, it's just for a few hours. We're not doing anything wrong. She stepped closer. Her perfume filled the air, too strong to ignore. You don't tell me what's wrong, young lady, she said coldly. You live under my roof. You don't even pay rent. The room fell silent. My friends looked at me with worry, unsure what to do. I wanted to disappear. Miles tried to help. Ma'am, we can leave if it's a bad time. Stay out of it, she snapped. I'm talking to her. Mom, please, I said softly. You're embarrassing me. Her eyes narrowed. Embarrassing you? You embarrass yourself every day. Look at you, pretending you have friends. Pretending you matter. Mom, I whispered, stop. But she didn't. My dad came down the hallway, holding his phone. Look, Mom said to him. She thinks she's hosting a party. He didn't say a word. He just started filming. Dad, what are you doing? Just documenting, he muttered. So you remember how ungrateful you look. My chest tightened. I stepped forward. Stop recording me. Mom smiled coldly. Don't worry. No one cares about your life anyway. Anna whispered, let's just go. Before they could move, Mom grabbed my phone from the counter. She turned it in her hand like it was something dirty. This is what you spend your time on, huh, she said. Talking to strangers, pretending someone wants to hear from you? Mom, please don't. She smashed my phone against the counter. The sound echoed. Glass flew across the floor. Mom. I gasped. Before I could move, she swung the broken phone and hit me across the side of the head. Pain burst through my skull. I stumbled back, clutching my face. Anna screamed. Stop. Mom pointed at me, her voice rising. Stop pretending you matter. You don't. You never did. You're just a burden I was too weak to throw out. Everything stopped. My father kept filming. No emotion, no sound, just watching. Jasmine grabbed my arm. We're calling the police. No, I whispered. Just go. Please, just go. They hesitated, then slowly walked out. The door shut. The house fell silent again. Mom crossed her arms. Do you feel proud now? I looked at her. Do you? She smiled faintly. I feel relieved. Maybe now they'll know what kind of loser you really are. That was the first time I didn't cry. Something in me broke, but not the way she wanted. That night, while they slept, I packed a single duffel bag. I tucked my blood-stained sweater inside, opened the front door, and walked into the night. No note. No goodbye. Just silence. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I'd never walk back into that house again, not as their victim. That was the night I decided I mattered. The next morning, I woke up on Jasmine's couch. My head hurt, but I was free. The city outside was waking up, buses humming, people rushing to work. Life went on. Jasmine handed me a cup of coffee. You need to report them, she said softly. That was abuse. I stared at the cup. It's always been like that, I said quietly. They just finally showed it in front of someone else. Jasmine looked shocked. That wasn't the first time? I shook my head. No. The only difference is that now, there were witnesses. For days, I stayed with her. I didn't go online. I didn't call anyone. I just existed. Every time I saw the tiny cut on my forehead, it reminded me of what I'd escaped. 3 days later, Anna called. We went to the police, she said. We filed a report. What? Why? I panicked. Because you wouldn't, she said. Someone has to stop them before they hurt you again. I wanted to be angry, but I couldn't. Deep down, I knew she was right. That night, my dad called. Jasmine's phone lit up with his name. Pick it up, she said, or block him forever. I answered. You think you can ruin our reputation, he said. You ruined it yourself, I replied. You're ungrateful, he hissed. We gave you everything. You filmed Mom hitting me, I said, shaking. That's called parenting, he snapped. You're an embarrassment. Something inside me rose, not fear this time, but strength. You're right, I said. I'm an embarrassment because I survived you. He hung up. And that was the last time I ever heard his voice. Months passed. I moved into a small apartment at the edge of town. I got a new phone, a new number, a new job. My coworkers never asked about my past. They just treated me like a person. I started drawing again. Mom used to tear my sketchbooks and call them childish. Now, I filled new pages with color and peace. Then one morning, I got a letter, my father's handwriting. It said, your mother isn't well. She says she's sorry. She misses you. Please come home. For a moment, guilt tried to crawl back in. But then I noticed the date, 2 weeks after the police report. No mention of what they did. No apology, just another demand. I folded the letter and dropped it in the trash. That evening, I walked to the river. The sunset painted the sky orange and gold. For the first time in years, I felt peace. I realized something then, people like my parents don't say sorry because they've changed. They say sorry because they've lost control. And I wasn't giving them that control again. I turned off my phone, leaned on the railing, and smiled. For once, I didn't need anyone to tell me I mattered, because I already knew. 6 months later, my life was unrecognizable. I lived in a tiny apartment filled with plants, sunlight, and calm. Jasmine and I started a small studio. I took photos again, the same thing my parents mocked me for. You'll never make money taking pictures, Mom once said. Now my photos hung in cafes and magazines. Every picture I took was proof that her voice didn't rule my life anymore. Then one evening, a message popped up on my screen, a video link. When I opened it, my stomach dropped. It was that video. The one Dad filmed. It had leaked online. The caption read, This is what happens when parents lose control. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. But then, something unexpected happened. My inbox filled with messages. Not pity, understanding. My mom did this too. Thank you for sharing. You helped me feel less alone. I sat there reading each one. For the first time, that memory didn't hurt. It made me proud. Because that video, once used to shame me, had become proof, not of pain, but of survival. A few days later, I got a call from a woman at a local shelter. Your parents have been coming here for food, she said softly. They said they have no one. Your father said he regrets what happened. I closed my eyes. Please don't tell them where I am. When I hung up, I felt no hate. No joy either, just peace. Because sometimes, the world handles karma all by itself. That weekend, I printed a new photo, the sunrise over the river. On the back, I wrote, "You mattered after all." I didn't send it to them. I kept it for myself. Because healing isn't proving them wrong. It's living so fully that their cruelty feels small. That night, as city lights shimmered on the water, I whispered to myself. They filmed my pain, but they'll never film my peace. And I meant it. Please like and subscribe for more videos, also comment where you're watching from.